Greetings gamers, KWK here for another Let's Play, and today we are going to be playing a mod for one of my all-time favorite games, and one of the best games ever made in my opinion, Doom. Doom is widely considered as one of the pioneering first-person shooter game series in the video game industry, introducing features such as 3D graphics, true third dimension spatiality, networked multiplayer gameplay, and support for player-created modifications with the Doom WAD format. Now, unfortunately, my first experience with Doom was on a Sega Genesis 32X, because at the time I did not own a computer that was powerful enough to play Doom on it. So, what I went was the route, since I had a Sega Genesis, I saved up my money, I got a 32X, and Doom was a launch title. So that was the quickest, easiest way I could actually have access to play Doom as a kid, and not be able to have to get a new computer. And even though the Sega Genesis 32X version is very, very under par compared to the PC version, it was still an awesome experience for me for a first time, and that just tells me how great this game really was, that it was even a terrible port on a Sega Genesis 32X, and I love the game. Now, I didn't even realize how much I was missing out on in this game until later down the road I got a PC that could run Doom and actually got a copy. Now, once I got to experience Doom on the PC and see all the things I was missing out on because I had a Sega Genesis version, I was just blown away. There were so many more levels, so many more details. The levels had different architecture that wasn't cut down at all, and I was just thinking to myself, man, this is the best. It was almost just felt like an upgrade of the game, which all it was the whole game that the Sega Genesis 32X couldn't handle, but it just felt like a whole new game to me and a great experience. And I never thought I'd experience that again until I experienced this great mod, which is Brutal Doom. Brutal Doom is a gameplay mod that was created in 2010 by Sergeant Mark IV. It is compatible with Doom, the Ultimate Doom, Doom 2 Hell on Earth, Final Doom, and custom WADs. Brutal Doom won the first ever KWK Award in 2011 for the best gameplay mod. Perhaps the most obvious and eye-catching feature of Brutal Doom is the adding of features like additional blood. Blood gets splattered all over the walls and ceilings if enemies or the player gets hit, as opposed to original Doom. The ability to blow off body parts with strong weapons like the shotgun, and the addition of special illuminating effects on projectiles and pickups. It is compatible with the source ports Z-Doom, GZ-Doom, Skulltag, and Xandronum. While primarily a gore mod, Brutal Doom goes further and alters the gameplay by changing many other aspects, such as the sounds, graphics, and combat. One such change is the increased difficulty, making enemy behavior more unpredictable and dangerous. Many attacks do double the normal damage to the player than they did in original Doom, and altering their attacks, it makes the animation smoother and gives the player new abilities. Now, in the side-by-side comparison, you can see the subtle but drastic changes in Brutal Doom versus original Doom between the actual texture levels, the blood splattering, the explosions, the noise and the sound effects. I mean, they're all there, the differences in the enhancements, and my whole goal here with this recording was to go through the first level with regular Doom and then go through it with Brutal Doom, so that I can kind of walk the same path and pattern so you can have an idea and see what the differences really look in active time between those changes. So right there you see a shotgun guy, right there a big old splatter of blood when you shoot the shotgun guy. It's just a great enhancement. But really, the big enhancement of Brutal Doom that really stands out from original Doom, that is not even any similar to original Doom, but is a great enhancement, is the ability to do fatalities. To perform a fatality in Brutal Doom, you simply just need to acquire a Berserk Pack. The Berserk Pack's capabilities in Brutal Doom has been greatly expanded. With it, the player can perform fatality-style finishers on monsters. Killing monsters in this way will replenish a bit of your health, depending on the enemy. Also take note that the player becomes invulnerable while fatality animation plays, so other monsters can't just simply kill you while you're in the fatality animation mode. But regardless, I think we've covered a lot of the key gameplay factors and changes in Brutal Doom, and to get on with the Let's Play, I decided to pick my very favorite level in the first episode of Doom 1, which is actually level 5, Phobos Labs, and we're going to get started with that and see what it looks like compared to the original Doom. E1M5 Phobos Labs. This level really brings me back. This level is by far my favorite in the first episode of Doom for several reasons. I've got great memories of first experiencing this level when I was playing it single player. It definitely had a very unique feel of, I don't know how to put it, maybe ambiance. Like, it kind of gave you that Fear Factor feel. The music of this level really blended extremely well. It kind of gave you that eerie, creepy feeling while you're going through the level and trying to discover and get through things. It just had an awesome effect. It's probably one of my favorite Doom soundtrack songs is this level. It did get a little tricky when I had to think of a favorite level in episode 1, because episode 1 for Doom 1 is just done so well. I mean, every level is very good in its own right. The reason I picked this one over the others is for a couple of reasons. Level 1 is classic and awesome, but of course it's level 1 and it's relatively short, so scratch that one off the list. Level 2 came very close to being my choice for this video, but once again, level 2 just didn't have the same impact on me that this level had. This level had an awesome impact, as I was saying, for single player, and the multiplayer aspect was awesome. And when I speak of multiplayer, I'm talking of deathmatch. Yes, what Doom put on the map for all games that we should all be grateful for is Doom is the very first game to offer deathmatch. And without Doom having deathmatch, I don't even want to know where we'd be in the gaming industry today. So, but no, this game is awesome as a single player level and a deathmatch level, or a co-op. I mean, this level just works for all levels of whatever type of gameplay you're in the mood for that day. I used to deathmatch a lot on this level. It's got a lot of cool spots that you can kind of snipe, and you can kind of hide in nooks and crannies in this level and surprise whoever you're going up against. For a cooperative level, it's fairly short, but it's still a very fun level. There's definitely different directions you can either split up and meet back up or work together. It works out well. Now that I come back and I look at this playthrough that I did when I was playing Brutal Doom, I was just so excited and having fun blasting through the level. In Brutal Doom, it doesn't change your gun, or at least the default setting for me doesn't change your gun when you pick up a new gun. So when I picked up that rocket launcher there, I kept blasting on through, having a heyday, and I never even thought about using the rocket launcher to show it in the video. But you know, the rocket launcher has some changes to it also, and unfortunately I didn't show it in this video, but it is a cool change. So anyway, back to, like I was saying about this level. This level's got a lot of good points to where there's kind of some tension and build up that you're going to have some anticipation of a lot of monsters popping out behind you, and you got a lot of good surprise factors going on in this level. And it's not a difficult level, it's a very good balanced, fun level. And like I said, besides level 2 coming close, all the other levels in episode 1 are done extremely well. I mean, they really just kind of stack on top of each other. And I remember reading how they were creating levels in id Software, and I believe it was John Romero, don't hold me to it, quoted somewhere that I read, that he actually built the levels backwards. And when he built them backwards, he meant, I believe he was making levels 7 through 1, so he started with level 7, and then his last level he actually created, which was level 1, which kind of blew my mind, because I was thinking to myself, man, when you play level 1, you think that's the first level that they actually created, and when I go back and now I look and I play Doom, and I'm like, okay, level 7 is actually the first level he made. And he didn't do level 8, I believe another part of the creation team wanted level 8, so he just did 7 and then worked backwards towards level 1. And it's kind of funny when you think about it, because this is level 5, so this was probably relatively, the third level he was working on, because he did 7, he did 6, so this would have been his third one he was working on. And this one is the gem of the whole episode, in my opinion, this one right here. I'm not saying any of the levels are bad in episode 1, none of them are bad, but this one just seems to stand out to me a little bit more than the others. I mean, between the secrets, the way that you acquire the secrets, there's some thinking involved. It's got some good factors of some places you have to jump or don't have to jump. It's just a cool setup no matter how you look at it. Another great aspect about Doom I remember reading about was how every level had to be designed as if you started with nothing. And that's just a great way to have a level design, because you have infinite lives in Doom and you can always save and load as many times as you want. And what happens with that setup is they would strategically place like a shotgun pretty early on, right from where you begin, because I mean the real fault of Doom, in my opinion, is the pistol is pretty much it's not that useful of a weapon. I mean, it's definitely the worst in Doom. I mean, the fist sometimes seems more useful than the pistol at times, but it's extremely difficult to get through Doom if you're just going to pistol your way through. So it's interesting that they would strategically place weapons throughout every level as if you were playing with just 50 shots in a pistol, straight and fresh every level. So with that in mind, they had plenty of certain levels of ammo available and guns, and most people don't think about it or realize, because I'm sure the majority of us out there just save and load and always make sure we start the next level with the guns that we got from previous levels. I mean, I remember when I was playing and I was saving and loading, and then I finished an episode of Doom for the first time, I was kind of upset because I went to the second episode and it's like, oh, it's fresh again. You start with just a pistol. And I was like, hey, what about my stuff from the last episode? And I mean, since every level is so well designed in Doom to work that way, it didn't take me much time to get myself back in action. Doom is a great recovery pickup game. It doesn't take long to just get yourself basically a shotgun and a little bit of armor, and you're in good shape in Doom, in my opinion. It's not like you gotta worry about getting a whole bunch of other crazy stuff going on. It is just awesome. I mean, it's really a pick up and play kind of game, and that's what really sells this game so well for me, because I'm one of those types of gamers that if I can't just pick up a game and just kind of figure it out and start playing within the first 5-10 minutes, it's more than likely not going to get played too much by me. I know that isn't the best way to approach a lot of games out there, but for me personally, and especially when I was a kid, that was my whole mentality. You got yourself 5-10 minutes tops, and if I can't figure out what's going on, or if I don't start enjoying this, I'm not going to be playing much longer. So either way, this is basically my favorite level of episode 1 in Doom 1, and here was my Let's Play. And I hope you enjoyed this video. Give me some comments, and I'll talk to you guys next time. Take it easy.